Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome everybody and call to order the May 2nd, 2022 Commission meeting of the Limestone County Commission. Ellen, do we have any public comment?
We do. Mr. Brian McLarthery.
If you don't mind, sir, step right here to the microphone, please, sir.
Byron.
Byron?
Yeah.
Okay.
Byron.
Okay. Go ahead, Byron.
You ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Go ahead.
Okay, I thought you'd done the pledge and all that other stuff first.
No, we'll do the pledge after these.
Okay. Good morning to the commission. We take this opportunity. We don't take it lightly. We thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come and speak in your presence. I am a resident. Again, my name is Byron McLarthery. And my residence is located 2866 Southwest Rabbit Lane, which is located in District 3, and I'm sure you're familiar with that. I have a few concerns or things that I want to just see if the council can address for me. We have a concerned citizens group that we've kind of started over there because of some of the issues that are starting to take place in that area. You know, it's pretty much rural country. Homes are spaced out, so it's kind of a quiet, comfortable type living. I know now Huntsville City is, and I'm sure that you're aware too, but Huntsville City is getting ready to, they have an engineered drawing of 512 homes that's going to be placed on a spot of about 160 acres off Rabbit Lane, which is kind of congested. That's and I don't know how y'all communicate with each other, but that is a concern for the community because the infrastructure is not appropriate for having that many new residents placed in that particular area. And so, you know, that is one of the things is that for me and the committee, the group that I'm with, we need to understand who is responsible for Swancott, Wall Street, Towel Road, who's responsible for maintaining the standards on that road. And if that can be cleared up, because I know that if you say to the Huntsville City municipality, then they say, well, you know, it's Limestone County, and it just goes back and forth. Who is actually responsible for maintaining that road, those roads in that particular area? The next thing is that I've called Mr. Black and spoke to you concerning Swancott coming from 565 down to Rockhouse Road. And when you're traveling on that road at night and cars are traveling in the opposite direction and their headlights are coming in, you can't see the lines, or you can't see a line on the road. There's no reflectors. There's no, I mean, it's a line in the daylight you can see, but there's no reflectors on the road. And you can't determine where you're at by trying to look down to keep from being blinded by the light. So I asked you about getting some reflectors and getting the line striped on that road. You told me as long as it was 25 feet wide, you don't have to do anything. And I was really disappointed because you represent that particular district.
You talked to me, and you have talked before?
Yes, sir. Jason Black.
That's me.
Yes, sir. Talked to you. Talked to one of the engineers as well. And
we just got one engineer, and that's Mark.
Well,
Massey.
I mean, I don't know who it is, but I
don't.
spoke with him.
Until you said that, I didn't remember us ever speaking before.
Because it probably, I know you got a lot of important things.
Yeah.
And concerned about just one little strip of road is probably not high priority.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it is to me when I speak, call and have a concern, because my concern is with the safety and welfare of the community. I travel that road, and if it's raining, dark, and the cars are coming, you can't see. You can't see. And then when you go through that little stretch between Pryor Road and Beaver Dam Creek,
Where the trees are.
where the trees are, you remember, I mentioned that. And I said, can we get some lights or something, because you can't see down through there. And you know, I was really disappointed, you know, because as a, you know, I feel like as a commissioner of the district and the entire commission, there has to be, I mean, I feel like a more tactful way of saying, hey, we can't do that. But now, I wanted to know in that, what is the scheduled timeline that you have for road improvements, especially for restriping as well as putting reflectors on the road, so that for me and many others, that if I'm riding down through there and somebody else is coming and blinding me, that I'll have a reflector or a line that's on the road that I can determine my side of the road. And if I go too far over to the edge, you know, I'm in a ditch. You know, I'm off the road, so that's not good either. And so, you know, I was concerned about that. And then,
Byron?
Yes, sir.
We'll do a 3 minutes on this, if you got any, with any other concerns you got, if you'll get with us after the meeting, we'll be glad to talk to you about it. And like these roads, and we'll talk about the areas of these roads. I'll have to get a list of them, and I'll get with the engineer. But a lot of these roads, if these roads are annexed into the city of Huntsville, those are the city of Huntsville's responsibility. We cannot do maintenance on a road in the city limits or municipality without an agreement from them.
Right.
So, I mean, if the road is a city road, we can't do anything to it without an agreement with the city of Huntsville.
Right.
And like I said, if you'll stick around till after the meeting, we'll be glad to get with me and Mark and sit down and speak with you, just psych it on it. He's the engineer, and Jason can sit in with us, and we'll all sit around and address the questions. I just don't want to. You know, we just do a 3 minutes, speech,
Okay,
on this.
how many more minutes I got?
Well, the bell dong about 2 minutes ago. So, no, I just try to let you finish up there.
Lord,
No,
okay.
like I said, in a lot of time, we would, I was supposed to say, we'll, after the meeting, we'll be glad to sit down and talk with you after the meeting. We'll sit down and talk with you here just a few minutes after the meeting.
Okay. Well, thank you for allowing me to address the commission. I do think that the commission has a lot to do, and it's something that I know you take seriously. And so, I'm just concerned as a citizen of that community that we want to just make sure that things are we're thought about too. We're as far as keeping up our area. Okay, so
yes, sir. Like I said, we'll be glad that this like a lot of these roads you have called off and stuff. I know a lot of them are annexed into the city limits of Huntsville now, and so we'll address that, and you'll have to address the city like this 512 acre development. If it's in the city limits of Huntsville, it doesn't come in front of us. It's like if it's in the city limits of Athens, or city limits of Madison, or anything like that. So we'll kind of clear this up. After
y'all
the meeting.
Still get tax dollars.
Well, somewhat they do too, though. Their taxes go up, and they get to maintain that road there.
So I mean, there is. I mean, I think there's some vested interest in there because I pay taxes to Limestone County. So
and like I said, I'll be glad that if we can address it, we can help you in any way we can. Okay. And we'll talk about it after see if we can help you get straightened up on this.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ellen, do we have any more public comment? All right, thank you. Ellen, would you please call roll?
Here.
Mr. Barksdale?
Here.
Mr. Black?
Here.
Mr. Townsend?
Here.
I'm going to ask Mr. James Lucas, one of our school board members, if he wants to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you be glad to?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, and indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Lucas. All righty. So moving on. First on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve minutes from April the 18th of 2022. Do I have such a motion?
I make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Samet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with the minutes? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Mr. Salmon?
Aye.
Mr. Barksdale?
Aye.
Mr. Black?
Aye.
Mr. Townsend?
Motion carries unanimously. Second on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve claims in the amount of $878,380.46. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with the claims? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Do we have any conflicts of interest or anything coming from the commission today? All right, with no conflict, we'll move on to resolutions and orders. And first resolution here is to approve a memorandum of MOU between Athens Limestone County Commission and the town of Ardmore regarding debris removal and monitoring service. And like in the work session, this is just for the FEMA stuff and all. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve a resolution regarding the sale of real property located in the Elm Industrial Park to MMJ Associates LLC. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion? And like I said, this is just changing the name from what it was to this name here for this. So, no more discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Under contracts, agreements, and grants, I'll ask for a motion to approve an authorization service agreement with Goodman Air Conditioning and Heating. This agreement allows Steve Ursery to be approved service in order for Limestone County to receive reimbursements for damages of equipment that is under warranty. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with this agreement? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We struck the other one off until the next meeting. So we have no budget revisions, no emergency purchases, no board appointments, or award of bids. First bid on here will be to terminate services immediately for the current vendor awarded for bids 2783, 2784, and 2785. Awarded date was March 21st of 2022 due to insignificant service performance. Do I have such a motion to strike these bids?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And number 2 on here, I'll ask for a motion to award the bid 2783, 2784, and 2785 to Aaron Littrell of North Alabama Curb Appeal, effective immediately. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no personnel action. Under merit increases, I have several listed here below, so I'll ask for a motion to approve all the merit increases listed below.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with anybody on there? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. At this point, engineers report, Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We just have 2 subdivisions for your consideration today. Jones Springs subdivision Phase 3, this is a major for preliminary approval, creating 57 additional lots and 1 tract in District 2. This is the west side of Jones Road, approximately 900 feet north of Pepper Road. And then Marvin Littrell Acres subdivision, this is a replat of tracts 12 and 13. This is a minor for preliminary and final affecting those 2 lots in District 4. This is approximately 0.1 miles north of Highway 72 on the north side of Lakeview Street. That's all.
All right, I'll ask for a motion to approve the 2 subdivisions as submitted by Mr. Massey.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. To have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with either one of them? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon? Commissioner Black?
Motion carries unanimously. Under other business, as discussed in the work session, we'll just take the first three up as one. I'll ask for a motion to amend the staffing plan, number one, under law enforcement to reflect two part-time deputies at a grade 11 instead of a 16. Number two would be to, under the license commissioner, reflect 6 senior tag and title clerks instead of 5 tag and title clerks, and to remove 1 part-time title clerk. And number three, under maintenance and facilities and grounds, would be to reflect a total of 14 instead of 13 employees. Do I have such a motion to accept all three of these?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with either one of the three? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon? Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve the CASA to occupy empty office spaces located in the Community Corrections Office for a period of no more than 2 years. To have such a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. To have a second.
Second.
I'll second all in play. I'll go with Commissioner Townsend down here. Any discussion with it? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon? Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And next on here, I'll ask for a motion to suspend the current rules and regulations for the use of only concrete pipe until a concrete bid can be put into place. So do I have such a motion to approve this?
I'll make a motion, Mr.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that this is the only is what we do. I mean, I'm not going to be here much longer, but this came up a few years back, you know, where we were arguing about whether to use steel or plastic or concrete, and concrete is just it's just better over a period of time, and we're not going to be around to see the metal ones rust out. I don't think we will if they're really good pipe. None of us are going to be here to get blamed for it, so that'll be pretty good. But I just want to make sure that this is temporary, because this is really not what we want to do, but this is almost like emergency situation where we've got to use metal, so I just want to make sure we do that.
That's why we put it there until we can get a concrete bid place and pipe.
And we may not. I mean, who knows with what's going on.
And I've actually, like I said, I've reached out, you know, to the concrete culvert, to Foley and stuff, and you know, I wish we could get a bid tomorrow, and maybe we're gonna keep submitting to them, see if they'll bid. If they will, we're going to. If we can get a bid, this will go back to concrete pipe. But like I said, especially on a major collector road, I just don't feel comfortable with a metal pipe on, especially the traffic count we're having these days and things like that. Because concrete is, you know, pretty much permanent. When you put it in there, it's pretty much. I mean, it does deteriorate over a period of years, but I don't think anybody sitting in this room will ever see the day that a concrete pipe will deteriorate away. I wish we all could, but I don't believe we will. Any more discussion? No more discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
All right, next on here will be to remove the following items from inventory, which is all from the sheriff's office. Do I have such a motion to remove these 4 items from service?
I'll make a motion.
All right.
Second.
Right. Motion by Commissioner Townsend, second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with it? No more discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
We have no scheduled public hearing at this time. Report of officers, Commissioner Sammet.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to go over my projects right quick that I got in the works. State Line Road settling, I think we're going to pull a little bit off of it to one of the road, one side, one corner of it was kind of out of whack, so we're looking at leveling that up a little better to get a lot of the bump out of it. Thatch Bridge, I think they had a problem with some of the girders on it.
4 girders that had to be replaced due to some cracking that was in contractor and manufacturer replaced them.
Manufacturer's good enough to come in there and they replaced those girders that that wouldn't inspect, so that was good of them, I thought, and I'm glad we caught it. McKee Road, we're gonna be on it this week. I think we're gonna try to get the chip sealing and paving done on it, is that right? So ask folks to watch out for them. You're looking at a stretch of about 2 miles that's got about 2,500 vehicles a day on it, so watch out for the workers and be respectful of them, and try everybody to be safe. Our chip seal roads are ready just whenever we can get to them. I know we've all got those set up and ready to go, so we're in gear. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Commissioner Barksdale?
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Black?
Yeah, I wanted to just address, and then we'll talk with Mr. McGlathery afterwards, but the road being 25 feet wide wouldn't have anything to do with us painting it or putting reflectors on it. We're having problems. I've got a road, and we all do, that were paved last year that don't have striping on new roads because the company that we contract with won't show up. The other option that we have, they didn't show up when we had them as a contractor, so we've just recently, in the last 2 weeks or whatever,
About a month.
we've purchased a striping truck, and it will be used for that. But I can tell you, Swancott Road is one of 100 that I've got that need it. They need it really, really bad. They need reflectors in the curves when available and when it's called for. But right now, it's hard. We go back sometimes if we get a painter and we go back and stripe them. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I striped, 20 miles, that were roads that you couldn't see anything either. Some of that is Huntsville, some of it's not. Whatever is not Huntsville, so we'll take care of it. We'll discuss that here in just a little bit. But I understand it has nothing to do with age, but the older I get with glasses, when it's raining, when it's dark outside and lights are shining, all you see is the headlight, and then when they go by, it's like somebody's hit you in the head. I understand. I teach my daughters to watch the side of the road when there's not a stripe, so I understand your concerns, and we'll let you know about the Swancott and all that area, which is ours and which is Rock House and which is Huntsville and all that after the meeting. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Black. Commissioner Townsend?
Yeah, first of all, I want to congratulate Elkmont High School baseball team and Lindsay Lane's baseball team. Both these teams made it into the third round of the playoffs, and me being a baseball coach for West Limestone, this is a huge accomplishment for these young men. They've worked really hard since January to get to this point, and I know these guys, these communities, I know Elkmont, Lindsay Lane's coaches, great guys, work hard. They've worked really hard to get to this point, so I just want to congratulate them. And also, coming off what Commissioner Salmon said, really need people to watch out for our workers on the road. We had a road closed the other day, and we had people just bypassing around our road closed barricades. So we really need people to pay attention to the signage. And, we don't want anybody getting hit, run over. Everybody wants to go home at the end of the day. So if they could, just pay attention to those. And then Dupree Hollow, I think, is still on the list, waiting on Miller & Miller. I just want everybody to know that, because once they call, we're going to close the road, and probably close for about a month or so. Mark?
It'll be a month to 6 weeks.
Yeah, so I just want everybody to know, be prepared for that. So that's all I've got.
Thank you, sir. Like I said earlier, I mentioned, the farmers market will open this Tuesday. This will be our first adventure, as having a weekly market with Athens Main Street with Terry Richardson. She'll do a great job, I'm sure. So that will be opening this week. This weekend we had great events around town. Friday after 5's done good, the car show and all of that. This, a lot of people don't know this yet. The veterans they've opened. She'd asked me, they've started back having their coffee call on Saturday morning. So it'll be this coming Saturday. If you're a veteran, you want to come out and see the Veteran Museum. They're back open and stuff. So, and one other conversation here. I've had several conversations this week about recycling centers. I know I'm going to reach out with y'all gentlemen. They have kind of want us to come out sometime and look over and see if there's anything out there we're interested in and how we want to go this route. So I've been having a lot of conversations, and so we'll let the public know we are continuously looking. I've had conversations with the sheriff about it and other people about, and me and Commissioner Black had a conversation the other day where we're going, what we're going to do. But I promise you, I think that all the commissioners will agree that we are committed to some form of recycling, and we'll work to do something in the future to try to get something going. And like I said, this morning we proclaimed this is Economic Development Month, and plus this is Tourism Month and all, and we went up at the square here before I came here and run down. We proclaimed this is combining all of it together, and I know all of the organizations, Main Street, the Tourism Society, the Chambers, Athens, Ardmore, and everybody, they work to promote businesses around town, so want to thank them for all they do. And like I said, this is proclaimed that day we joined them all together. And piggyback on what Commissioner Townsend said about Elkmont, that is my alma mater. I went up and watched them play baseball Friday night after I left the Friday after fives, and they were really impressive. I mean, great group of young kids, and started slow and finished strong this year. That's the first time in history they've ever made it that far. And plus, Lindsay Lane, congratulate those boys too. Kids work hard like that, and it shows when you work hard. So, yeah, all that being said, I want to we'll adjourn until 9 a.m. on Monday, May the 16th, at the Clint Street Courthouse Annex, right here where we're at. And thank everybody for coming today.